Here I have this simple API endpoint that can take in a starting number and an ending number and returns a random number in between those numbers. So here's the URL of the endpoint, and you have the starting number, say it's 1, and the ending number can be 5. And that returns a random number in between 1 and 5. Now, I want to make this endpoint into a chatgpt, or a GPT as they call it. And you can actually do that using something called chatgpt Actions. This allows ChatGPT to talk to other APIs or do any actions outside of the GPT environment. And how you can do this is by going to your GPT creator, press create, then you can press create new action. And here you can set authentication, which can do different kinds of authentication. Then you can set in your schema. Your schema is what tells how the API is. So it's what's going to tell GPT that the endpoint looks like this, and this is how you use it. So what I like to do is I just go to examples. You can press any example. Then you can modify these. Now, this schema uses a format called Open API. And I'll leave the docs to this in the description. But you can see how this works and how the schema works, and you can define what kind of endpoints you have, what kind of requests can be sent, and what servers are there. Like all that stuff you can do with Open API. Here I have GPT gives you this simple weather app like template, and I'm going to be modifying this for my endpoint, so we can have inside of this URL, let's put our URL, and then for the get weather data, we can do get a random number. And I think the description should be optional, so I'll just remove that. The path in our case is /get random number. Description is get a random number within a range. These are just stuff you put in manually, and the bot knows about it so that it can call your API correctly to avoid errors or any issues like that. So, like, the user won't see this, but the bot will know about it, and it can use this info to send proper requests. So here you have the parameters you want to send in. The name for our parameter is going to be starting number. The integer to start that, and it's going to be required, and it's going to be type string, which I guess is fine, since I parse it to a number anyways. Then let's put the second endpoint, which should be an ending number, and that, and pretty much keeping the rest same. Now, once that's done, you can test it out by pressing this test button, and this will test out your endpoint, and see if we got anything. It's sending the endpoint, so it's going to send it with 1 to 100, so allow that, and you can actually see that it actually received a request from 1 to 100, and it sent 33. So let's see if we got 33. And the number generated between 1 to 100 is 33. And here you can use these debugs to see what requests are being sent and what is being received. And that's cool. And that's how you use the OpenAPI schema to make requests in ChatGPT. And the cool thing is that you can say, like, generate random numbers from 1 to some arbitrary number, where ChatGPT previously would struggle at. Well, I guess not if you had code interpreter, but tasks like this, which ChatGPT doesn't know, can now be done by doing API endpoints, and you can get very accurate results. So yeah, thank you.